Hi skaters, Natasha here, sports dietitian. I often get asked about supplements. Which supplement should I take? Should I be supplementing in case of issues or to prevent issues? So there are two main supplements that I do recommend to most skaters. And in other instances, it's really important to simply get blood work done if you think that there might be risk for deficiency. So let's start with the first one. So vitamin D3 is necessary for everyone living in Canada. Vitamin D comes from the UVB rays of the sun, and because of wearing clothing and even sunscreen, we tend not to absorb it enough. Okay, so that's why coming out of the hospital with a newborn baby, you're told to give the newborn baby vitamin D drops. And then as we grow up, we run out of the vitamin D drops and we forget to buy some more. So vitamin D is important because it helps reduce excessive inflammation. And it's also important for calcium absorption into the bones to reduce the risk of stress fractures and such. And it's also important for the ability to properly use our body's explosiveness and all that good stuff. So very, very important for skaters. Now, depending on your age, you may need anywhere from 400 international units to 1,000 international units of vitamin D3 a day. If you are at a level where you do compete and risk being tested for doping, it's important to make sure that your supplement is certified NSF or Informed Sport. In my case, this supplement is not certified NSF or Informed Sport, but you can check out both those websites and even the NSF app so that you can put the vitamin D in the search bar and see which supplements are in fact certified. This reduces the risk of testing positive for doping. So we're looking at supplements such as Clean Athlete and Thorne Industries when I last checked. Of course, these can change, so don't take my word for it. The other supplement that you might be in need of is the omega-3. So omega-3 that is specifically high in EPA and DHA. We're looking at about 1,200 or above combo of EPA and DHA. A lot of the omega-3s on the market end up being ALA, or sometimes we'll see an omega-3, 6, 9 combination, which we are getting so much omega-6 and 9 already naturally in our food that we are looking to sort of fix the ratio and not necessarily increase it all. So what we want to make sure of is if you're having fatty fish, let's say you're having salmon, mackerel, sardines 3 times a week, even making canned salmon with sandwiches or on wraps, maybe you're eating canned sardines, that all works. If you're having it about 3 times a week, then there is no need for that supplement. You can be making barbecue, frozen salmon, whatever that may be. Okay? If you are not getting it, then it can be useful to have an omega-3 supplement. Again, we want to make sure the EPA and the DHA is where it needs to be. So if we're looking here, and again, there are other brands that make it. This is just the one that I purchased. This one is the kids version. And so it has about 520 milligrams of EPA DHA. And this one also has the added vitamin D. So it's a 2-in-1 combo. This would be, in both cases, the vitamin D and the omega-3 need to be consumed with food in order for our body to absorb it. And so very important to have it with a meal. Generally a meal containing fat, but most of our meals contain fat. The adult version can be either in liquid form, like this one right here, which tastes like fruit, or it can be in a pill form. And again, this one does not have the vitamin D added to it, but you can get the one that has the vitamin D added to it as well. So what omega-3 does, number one, it reduces excess inflammation from a different way than the vitamin D. It also helps with recovery so that we can see better muscle mass gain in terms of training adaptation, our body's muscles getting used to the training that we are doing so we can see bigger gains from session to session. Studies show that it can also reduce risk of concussion. And so if you are to fall in the middle of a jump and hit your head or you know, your neck move a little too quickly or anything like that, or your head move a little too quickly and you risk having a concussion, this can reduce the severity of it as well in terms of the literature. So these are the 2 only supplements that I would suggest taking on your own. And again, if you're taking any medication or you have any health issues, please talk to your medical team beforehand, before taking any of this. If you have any concerns, talk to your medical team beforehand as well. And even talk to your pharmacist about the dosing and about making sure there's no medical nutrient interactions. But I wouldn't go taking a supplement like an iron supplement without actually making sure that you have an iron deficiency before taking it. I wouldn't go and just take zinc and vitamin C and magnesium for preventative measures, because again, in this case, it is possible to overdo certain nutrients. And if you overdo a certain vitamin or mineral, you can actually take all the transporters that transports them into the body and into the system, and then you can start developing deficiencies in other nutrients. So we don't want to cause any issues in that regard. A multivitamin is more of an insurance sort of approach. There's not much of a high dose in any of the categories, so it's not generally necessary. The importance is to eat the balanced plate every 3 hours, as we've discussed. And as I've mentioned, the omega-3, the vitamin D would be the main go-tos. If you are vegan, then we definitely want to add a source of vitamin B12 in there. And of course, if you're vegan, you want to be followed fairly regularly to make sure that you are balancing your nutrients out properly, and do blood work every now and then, whether you are vegan or whether you are a high performance athlete, to make sure that you are not requiring any other personalized supplementation on top of it. Remember, nutrition is a science, not an opinion, and have a great day.